What's good, y'all? I hope y'all good. Welcome back to Boxing Conversations with Swaggy. Without wasting any of your time, man, let's get straight to it. Today I'm gonna be talking about the fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. As y'all know, I did speak about the fight before, but I just felt like taking that video down. I just didn't like the quality. When I was editing it, it was good, you feel me? But as I was watching it on YouTube, I feel like YouTube changed the quality, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, this is another one, and I don't mind making another one again. And I feel like I'm gonna upload this one as it is. I might make a few adjustments here and there, but for the most part, I just wanna be authentic with it, you know. So with all that being said, man, I feel like it's gonna be a very tricky fight for both fighters. I feel like Teofimo is gonna be Shakur's, toughest test. Teofimo has a great resume, and I feel like Teofimo has speed. He has power, and he's bigger. He has the bigger frame. And due to the fact that Shakur is gonna be fighting at 140, at the junior welterweight division for the first time, someone else would maybe think that Shakur is underestimating Teo, but Shakur believes in himself, and he is elite. He is very elite. So I feel like that's gonna give Shakur, confidence. As we all know, he is already saying that people think that he's gonna lose the fight. People, his back is against the wall and all that. This take isn't gonna be long. I feel like Teofimo, on the other hand, is very confident. I feel like he thinks that Shakur doesn't really know what he is getting himself into. Teofimo is gonna have the reach advantage, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like Teofimo has the reflexes. I feel like he has more, reflexes. I feel like Shakur is just smarter. He's patient. I feel like patience is gonna win Shakur this fight, because Shakur is very patient, and at the same time he's a thinker. So I feel like that is the ultimate thing that is gonna win him this fight. Considering the fact that Teo can be rushy at times, he can lunge in at times. I feel like Shakur will take advantage of all those things. I also feel like Teo gets frustrated, but I feel like Teo isn't given his just due. Like I personally feel like Teo isn't really given his flowers. For instance, his fight against Steve Claggett was criticized. People are still talking about Teo should have won that fight by knockout. But you guys need to remember that even if Steve Claggett had 7 to 8 losses, he was fighting for a world title. He was fighting for the WBO junior welterweight title and also the Ring Magazine junior welterweight title. So that should be enough to, justify the fact that he wasn't gonna back down. He wasn't gonna back down. Steve Claggett was there to fight, and he's tough. And you guys know that records don't really mean anything in boxing. Look at Vasily Lomachenko. He won a world title. I think he was like 2 or 3 fights in. We even have fighters here in South Africa who won SA titles with less than 5 fights. So yeah, I feel like Teofimo is a great fighter. Look at his fights against Josh Taylor. Look at his fights against Richard Comey. it's a lot of great fighters that he beat. People were saying that he was scared of Arnold Barboza, his last fight. He proved that, he wasn't. He was just waiting for the right time, or, didn't see the use or the need of that fight. So I feel like Teofimo isn't really afraid of anyone. People are saying that Teofimo is scared of Devin Haney. Teofimo is not afraid of Devin Haney, and I feel like his reason is very much justifiable. I feel like it's very much justifiable considering the fact that the fight was going to be in Saudi, Arabia. I won't mention the other factors. Do your homework. So yeah, man. But overall, I feel like Shakur is gonna win this fight due to ring IQ. We all know that he got caught with a jab. You know, some may say it was a left hook. In his last fight against William Zepeda, which was a great fight. Shakur won it fair and square, like 10 rounds to 2. Yeah. Um, I feel like that was really, like, people are making it a big deal. I feel like Shakur was off balance, bro. But then yeah, y'all should watch Southpaw TV. He be trolling. He be mentioning that knockdown like all the time. Shout out to Southpaw. Like, yeah. So I feel like Shakur is gonna win this fight, due to patience. He's smart, he has the greater ring IQ, but if Shakur is not careful, he might get dropped by Tio because Tio has power. Tio might F around and win this fight, but I feel like Shakur is gonna do it. But he just has to be focused. I feel like Shakur is awkward. He's very awkward. I won't say his style is similar to Floyd Mayweather, no, but I feel like he's very, awkward, and I feel like he's a thinker, man. He can hit you alone without giving you the chance to hit him back. Some people say he's a runner, considering the fact that he fought against Edwin De Los Santos and he wasn't really standing in the pocket that fight. He was moving around, but I feel like styles make fights. You feel me? Styles make fights. So this is definitely gonna be a different fight, and it's also a different style matchup. So I feel like Shakur is gonna win it via unanimous decision. Yeah, I feel like Shakur is gonna win the fight, but Tio is a bad man. So Shakur has to be on his P's and Q for real. On that note, let me also break down the fight between Andy Cruz and Raymond Muratalla. Andy El Diamando Cruz and Raymond Danger Muratalla. Now this is gonna be I feel like it's gonna be an easy fight for Andy Cruz. If you know, you know. Andy Cruz beat Keyshawn, I think, 3 or 4 times in the amateurs. Now, I know that boxing pugilists or boxing experts always say that, the pros are different from the amateurs. But, bro, and Andy Cruz is 5 fights in. I think this is going to be his 5th fight or 6th fight. Like, Andy Cruz is 5 fights in. He got all his experience from the amateurs. He won a belt in his first fight or second fight. I think he's a 2-time gold medalist or something. He won a gold medal in the, Olympics. All that stuff. I feel like Andy Cruz is gonna just outbox Raymond Muratalla. He's gonna frustrate him for 12 full rounds. I feel like he's gonna stop him because I feel like Raymond is gonna be frustrated a lot. He's gonna be hit a lot, and I feel like Andy Cruz has respectable power. I feel like the only advantage that Raymond Muratalla has is power, of which Andy Cruz is just gonna, neutralize that. His training with Boots Ennis, his sparring with, let me not say sparring, but I think he is because they are in the same stable, same camp with Dennis. What's his nickname? With Dennis the Quiet Storm Thompson. Oh, and Dennis the Quiet Storm Thompson. Look him up. He's the truth. Dennis Thompson is the truth, bro. Dennis the Quiet Storm Thompson. Also with Ishmael Muhammad. But I feel like Dennis Thompson is my favorite, for real. So I feel like he's getting proper sparring just from Dennis Thompson alone. Dennis Thompson is look him up. He's still, I think he has like 9 or 10 fights unbeaten. He has won all his fights, So yeah, but he's still up and coming. So most of you guys might not be aware of him, but yeah, look him up. So I feel like Andy Cruz is getting some decent work. I feel like even Dennis Thompson himself would beat Muratalla. Now I feel like Muratalla is gonna be beaten in this fight. No disrespect to him. I also feel like he lost his fight against Utanomeva, Kolisan Nomeva Nongeni, respectively. I feel like Utanomeva won that fight. I feel like I also think it's here on YouTube. Y'all should go and look that fight up. Nongeni won that fight. Go watch True School Sports. Yeah, True School Sports. The #1 American boxing channel in Japan. Yeah, True School Sports. He always tells us that he always reminds you guys that Dongeni won that fight. When he pronounces Golisani, he says Zolani, but that's understandable. So yeah. I feel like these are great fights,
Box Conversation with Swaggy. What's up, family? Salute to South Africa.
Southpaw, the most factual and funniest, hands down. Wouldn't mind if I upload. I wouldn't mind if you upload every second. All love, Southpaw TV. Thank you, Mr. Boxing Conversation with Swaggy. I like your channel too. You got a dope channel. I see your shit.